Welcome to Carolina Cooking. I'm your host, Tom Zelinka, just getting prepared for another great show here. On this episode of Carolina Cooking, we are making a recipe that's only going to involve 2 pans. We're not going to dirty up any other skillets in the kitchen. I know if you cook like me, if you're like me, just a regular person, you use basically every pot and pan to make just one meal in the kitchen. But today we're going to try to keep it simple and easy, and we're going to do it in 30 minutes or less. Can we? Well, keep watching. If I can do it, you can too.
The worst cook on TV. And the best chefs in the Carolinas.
Not to worry, we're trained professionals.
If you can learn a lot from your mistakes, you'll learn the most from Carolina Cooking.
And a shrimp.
If Tom can do it,
Looks delicious.
So can you.
Now that's Carolina Cooking. Wow, this is incredible. Joining us here today in the Hadco Viking showroom is an excellent chef, the executive chef actually, from the Lowe's Motor Speedway here in Concord, North Carolina, driving in on the Cisco Peanut Oil #1 card, Matt Beard. Make some noise. Gentlemen, start your engines, right? You work out there at the actual Speedway.
At the Speedway.
The Speedway Club, right?
Yeah, Speedway Club. It overlooks the racetrack on the 6th floor of Smith Tower.
Oh, alrighty. And so this is actually a dish that we can get here. This is a veal. What is the fancy name?
This is a seared veal cutlet with a pan-roasted lobster tail. And
lobster.
the side with it is all mixed in one. It's oyster mushroom, sweet corn, potato hash.
Okay. All right. So what's the first thing we need to do? Of course, start your engines, and then...
First thing we are, and it looks like our engine's already fired up
oh,
right
yeah,
there.
we have our pan smoking over here.
What we're going to do is go ahead and season our veal cutlets with a little bit of salt and pepper.
Hey, did you bring us any flags that we could...
I didn't bring any flags today, no, but
that would have been fun.
We can get you some.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, so a little salt and pepper on one side.
Yep.
Or should I pepper it now?
Yeah, let's pepper it, and then we'll
okay,
flip it, so we only
gotcha.
have to touch it once.
All right. Well, apparently I only have to touch it once. All right. There you go.
I'll flip it for you.
Now, how long have you been the chef there at the...
I've been chef
Speedway
at
Club?
Speedway Club for about 2.5 years
Is
now.
it the Speedway Club or
The Speedway Club.
Okay. So you guys aren't touchy about the part of it.
No, we're
right.
pretty flexible with that word.
Now, sometimes it goes pretty nice. It's nice and laid back, and then other times you actually have a race there.
Other times
and then
we
it gets
actually
a
have
little,
to work.
Yeah, a little crazy then, huh?
Time we've got to use a little bit of clarified butter to sear these veal cutlets.
Okay. And so this is how do you make clarified butter?
Basically, you take all the fats out of the whole butter.
Okay.
Just simply
Like you melt it down?
melt it down and simmer it very slowly and keep skimming it.
How much of this do I need?
That's good right there, because
Okay.
we're going to save a little bit for our...
So just put these in here?
Yep.
All right.
Perfect.
And again, we're trying to do this in only 2 skillets here on this episode. Only use up 2 skillets. And so after we take the veal out of here, what goes into this skillet?
We're going to go ahead and sear those on both sides,
Okay.
put it in the oven. When it comes out of the oven, while our veal's resting, we're going to cook our lobster tail into that pan.
Oh, okay.
So we keep all the flavors right in together at once. While that's searing, Tom, let's go ahead and start our corn right
Sure.
here.
So this is just a regular corn on the cob.
Regular corn on the
taking
cob.
off, I'm sure, the husks here. You have any tips on getting all the stringy stuff off?
Yeah, just
easily?
keep peeling them.
I was hoping for something easier than that. Alrighty. Okay. See, it's all these things that drive me nuts here.
Yep.
You know, because you get one, and you're like, you get it in your mouth, and you're just like, you know?
We're going to avoid that one.
Okay, good. Alrighty, so,
Go ahead and snap the bottom off if you would.
like that.
Yep, perfect.
Okay.
Now, the important thing, is to go ahead and wipe these off, clean them
Yeah,
off.
don't feel bad about throwing it on the ground. The crew loves working the vacuum cleaner. They just, I mean, there's nothing, you see people, they're just smiling. They're so happy to get to use the vacuum cleaner for corn husks and for salt. Okay, so now we're cutting the corn off.
Yep, go ahead and cut
What's
the
the
corn
easiest
off.
way to do this?
Easiest way is just stand it up there on that flat end. Take the tip of your knife, straight down.
Okay.
I'm going to do one more and then let you go with it.
Alrighty. So just set it here, and we're just shaving this
Yep.
off. And try not to get that middle part, right?
Right, you don't want the cob, you just want the kernels, but we're going to try to keep them on the cutting board.
Keep
so
some
we
of
can
them at
actually
least on the
use
cutting
them.
board.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
So
try
we can
this
have
again.
them to eat. There you go.
Okay. Should we be at all concerned about our veal cutlets?
No, we're getting ready to check it right now.
Okay.
As soon as you're done with that,
So we don't need
that's
this?
good. We don't need that.
Oh, alrighty.
So now we're going to go over here and check our veal cutlets.
All right.
Just kind of peek underneath one first.
Okay.
Oh, it looks
It's
nice.
golden
Let's
brown.
go ahead and turn it over.
Okay.
We'll sear the other side. Look how easy that was.
That is easy.
Now we're going to get a good sear on the bottom side, and then we're going to pop it straight into the oven.
Okay.
And be about a 350 degree oven for about 5 to 7 minutes. It'll come out rare to mid-rare, which will be perfect for us.
And that'll give us plenty of time to make up our corn.
Yep,
thing.
our mushroom and corn hash.
All right, well, I'm going to continue letting these sear up here in the pan, and once they get a nice golden crusting, what did you call it?
Caramelization.
Caramelization on the bottom, we're going to throw it in the oven, and when we come back to Carolina Cooking, we will be mixing up our hash and then later
And the
we'll
lobster
do
tail.
Lobster tail when Carolina Cooking continues. Nope, not yet. So just leave them. Try not to play with them.
Yep, don't want to play with them.
You can find the secret recipes of the best chefs in the Carolinas, all in one book, the Carolina Cooking Cookbook. Find the Carolina Cooking Cookbook in Amazon.com and our website, carolinacooking.tv.
Oh, welcome back to Carolina Cooking. I'm here with Chef Matt Beard, the executive chef of the Lowe's Motor Speedway here in North Carolina. And in honor of that, we were doing laps around the counter. Did 300 laps to finish off the race. Matt pulling it out in the end. Very strong finish. There was an accident lap 56 where our apron strings came undone, and I went to tie it, and Matt slammed into me, and peanut oil and corn went everywhere else. Pretty bad. We had a caution flag for at least 10 laps, but congratulations again.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
job,
you, Tom.
Matt.
Thank you.
Clearly the winner of our little race here. Next time we're going to try running with knives in our hands to see how much that changes the race. That should make it a little more interesting. I think I might be able to win at that point. We still have our hash that we have to make
Yep, we
here,
have to check our
and we still have to check our veal in the oven. Do you think that's about done right
let's
now?
go ahead and check
Alrighty.
it now, Tom.
I'll make sure to get a towel here. Oh, I'll
Pan's
grab
gonna
it.
be hot.
Oh, yes, it is. Alrighty. And so we left that in about, what, 3-4 minutes?
Yep,
Is
it's in about 3 or 4 minutes,
Okay.
350 degree oven. We want to go ahead and pull that out of the pan, put it into a dish, and let it rest.
Alrighty. So pulling it out.
Yep.
And what would you say these are? What, medium rare?
They're about medium rare. You'd want your veal anywhere
How
from
do you know
rare to
that?
medium rare. You're just going to touch it by the feel. You want it to be spongy. A little trick that I learned a long time ago is you can also put your thumb on your finger, touch the inside of your palm right there.
Every chef has a different place for me to
Yeah.
be touching here. I've
And,
touched here, I've touched here. They're
yeah.
like, there's a place on your head. There's, okay, so.
I learned it by the fingers. You don't put any pressure, just barely put them together and touch, should feel.
Okay.
Move it over to the middle finger, your thumb.
Oh.
Gets a little tougher.
I
and
like
then to
that
the end.
one. Yeah. So what's this one? What is that?
That's about rare.
Okay, all right, good to know. So we need to make our hash.
Yep, we have a pan already a little bit hot.
Yep.
Some of the clarified butter we used earlier, we want to
Okay.
start it with that.
And that's going to go in our
Yep,
skillet.
it's going to put a little bit of that in. That's
All right,
perfect
it won't
right
catch
there.
on fire yet, right?
Not yet,
So
it won't.
I need your help over
Okay.
here. Alrighty.
So have
So
the heat.
is that enough, or do I need to put more?
That's perfect right
right.
there. And we're going to turn the heat up
the
a little
heat
bit
is
on it.
way up. I
Medium
don't think
high.
it gets even hotter. Oh,
Go ahead and add our potatoes and corn in right now.
Potato.
Yep.
And these are just what kind of potatoes?
Red Bliss potatoes that are diced.
Okay. Could I use? If I didn't have Red Bliss, what other potatoes
You could
I
use
in there?
Yukon Gold potatoes. You could use Idaho potatoes.
You said our corn too.
corn too.
Okay.
Yep.
Ooh, it's popping. Does that mean it's a little too hot?
It'd be popcorn.
Okay.
We're going to let that cook just for about 30-40 seconds or
All
so,
right.
Tom.
Now, what's this thing right here? What is that going into our dish too?
This is oyster mushrooms. You can also find these into your supermarkets. They come pink. You can get pink oysters as well as blue oysters.
Okay.
The easiest way to take those off,
Oh, sure.
yeah, let me show you right here,
Okay.
Tom. I have just a pair of kitchen shears, and I'm going to show you and let you do it. You can just clip them off. And you want to keep them fairly large.
Oh.
You don't want to chop them up really small.
So really get like in there to get the
Yep.
the large leafy petal off.
That's what you're looking for.
Okay. Alrighty, so the whole thing is edible? Could I use the whole thing if I wanted to?
The stem's going to be a little more chewier. You would not want to use the stem down there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be chewy right there.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to use that. Yeah, much better than the edge here. Can I try one of these? What do they taste like?
Sure.
You know, I won't die, will I?
No, you won't die, but raw mushrooms aren't the best to eat. We're going to put them into our hash.
Yep. So we have just all
Yep.
these, or just a little bit of these?
About half of those, because we just...
1/2?
Yep, about half
Okay.
of those. And we leave them whole so they'll caramelize as well, too.
Alrighty, what else goes in?
That's it for right now.
You want
We're
the pretty
going to
flip? You want me to attempt the flip?
attempt to flip.
Okay.
Toss it around.
No,
Get
where
it
are you
all
going?
tossed.
It's okay. All right, here we go. Oh!
Oh, there you go.
Oh, huh? It's only
you
when I get
go.
excited. It's the third one that it usually
See, I got
goes
a
all
little
over the place.
scared.
And so what's all this stuff?
This right here, we have some fresh chopped garlic and shallots
Okay.
that we're going to add in.
Now?
Let's go ahead and add that in. Yeah, you
Okay,
can.
good.
Yeah.
All this garlic?
All that garlic and all the shallots into it.
Okay. Shallots.
Just stir that up with your spoon there real good so they'll be sweating out.
Alrighty. And what's the liquid here?
That is Madeira. So it's a type of wine. We're going to add that in, deglaze the pan here in a minute.
Okay.
Basically, what we're going to do with the deglazing is just get all the little chunks and the
All the
brown
stuff that's bubbled in.
Yep.
Can I throw it in now?
Go ahead and throw it on in.
Woo! Look at it go!
So we're going to reduce that down. If you want to toss it around once or
Okay.
twice.
I see you're not backing up yet. Woohoo!
You earned a little more trust in me.
Yeah, good. Alrighty. And so that's that.
Yeah, we'll go let that cook. Now we have a veal glace right here, which is basically a reduced veal stock.
Could I use beef stock if I didn't have
You
this?
could
Reduced
use beef stock. You sure could.
Are we doing all of this?
We're going to put it all in. That's going to make our sauce for our dishes.
Didn't really pour around, did it?
Nope.
And what's this right here?
Actually, let's not stir that in just yet.
Okay.
That's chopped rosemary, blanched chopped rosemary.
So it goes chopped rosemary, and then what do? We finish with
And then
butter?
we're going to turn the heat down and finish it with whole butter.
Alrighty. So I'm going to hold on to the rosemary, and then I'll be putting it in. And, well, actually, I'll let you put it in and then do a little butter. And I'll be speaking with Aris Ragazeas and find out which wine he's paired with our meal when Carolina Cooking continues. And so you're just letting that reduce down before you put this in?
Yep.
Alrighty.
We'll let it reduce down by about 2/3.
2/3. So that'll take a little stirring and a little stirring, huh?
Yep.
You want to race again? Come on.
Two.
Huh? Just another lap? Let's go. Come on.
The Carolina Cooking Cookbook is in stores now. You can find the secret recipes of the best chefs in the Carolinas, all in one book, the Carolina Cooking Cookbook. Find the Carolina Cooking Cookbook in Barnes & Noble, Target, Borders Books, Amazon.com, and our website, carolinacooking.tv. That's right, carolinacooking.tv. All the recipes you've seen on the show, wine pairings, advice from the chefs, and Tom. Get the secret recipes of the best chefs in the Carolinas in the Carolina Cooking Cookbook.
That doesn't for you?
No, there's a lot of dishes like that.
Welcome back to Carolina Cooking. I'm here with our wine expert, Aris Ragazeas, and just letting them know we're doing pork and lobster. So those two combinations, I mean, they are both kind of white meat, light meats, and so what did you pick with that?
This is sort of what we like to call surf and turf.
Yeah, a little bit.
You get meat and fish, and it's arguably not easy to find the wine that will go with both the meat and fish.
But I'm trusting you, Aris.
Of course.
You have the perfect one, right?
One of my favorite wine growing regions in the world.
Okay.
Châteauneuf-du-Pape in the southern Rhone Valley.
Say that to me.
Châteauneuf-du-Pape. Okay. And this is from the Perrin family,
Yep.
who make my favorite Châteauneuf-du-Pape, as a matter of fact, Chateau de Beaucastel.
Okay.
This is what they call their Les Sinard, which is a little more down-to-earth price-wise than their top of the line.
Oh, good. I
But
like to hear that.
yeah, me too. But the dedication to quality that they show in their best wine certainly shows in this.
Okay.
And these Châteauneuf-du-Papes are actually blends of like 13 different grape varieties.
Oh, really? Which 13, Aris?
Is this a test now?
Yeah. Keep going. Open the wine and tell us all 13. I'll keep
Mostly Grenache, Syrah, Mourvedre, Cinsault.
You're at 4.
Picpoul, Claret, Grenache Blanc.
Grenache Blanc.
I
7.
forgot the rest.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. Let's go ahead and give it a swirl and a
Give that a
smell.
smell. Wonderful,
A nose thing.
spicy.
You do call it smelling it, right?
Well, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, when you taste, you're actually smelling too.
Wow.
See, this is not a heavy wine.
Yeah, no.
Okay, because if you had a really heavy, highly red meat, red fruit wine, it wouldn't go very well with the fish.
Yeah.
So this is lighter, but it's got that nice sharp cutting edge, and the grapes have a spiciness to them.
Yeah, because we do also have a veal stock in this. I mean, as part of our sauce, so I'm sure that's going to give it a little heavier weight to it than this.
This has a lot of flavor, but it's also got a nice cutting edge to it. It'll just be perfect with both.
Good choice, Eris. Well, I got to get back to the kitchen and actually make that lobster, and I'll be doing that when Carolina Cooking continues, because we don't want to leave out the lobster. Oh, of course, that's part.
Go to carolinacooking.tv for the recipes featured on this show. Plus, on carolinacooking.tv, you'll find more information on the wines, chefs, and foods of Carolina Cooking.
Welcome back to Carolina Cooking. I'm here with Chef Matt Beer, the executive chef there at the Lowe's Motor Speedway. Lowe's Motor Speedway, gentlemen, start your engines there in Concord, North Carolina. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And you're the executive chef of the Speedway Club.
The Speedway Club.
And now it's lobster time. Oh yeah, we're gonna get to cook up our lobster here. And again, you'll notice we're still on the same 2 pans. The front pan is what the veal was in. What do I need to do first?
Well, we took the veal out and let it rest, so now it's hot. We're going to take the lobster tails that are split, put them cut side down.
Cut the fleshy
side down.
Okay.
If you want, go ahead and do all 4 of them.
I do want, yes. The crew wants, everybody wants me to cook all 4 of them.
Okay, we're just going to leave those for 1 second or 2.
Okay, we don't have to, what's this
caramelize.
going to be?
That's white wine. We're just going to use that to deglaze the pan here in a couple minutes after
So we
they
just let that
caramelize.
sit.
Just let it sit on medium-high
Now,
heat.
back here we were doing our hash in the skillet here, our potatoes and our oyster mushrooms and our corn. We had veal stock in here. And then during the break, while I was talking to Eris, you put in the green, what was the
blanched chopped rosemary, fresh rosemary.
Chopped rosemary, and we added butter. We turned off the heat, added butter, and stirred the butter in, and that finished up our sauce and gave it this pretty glaze right there. Is that right?
It is, and when we added the butter, Tom, you want to be careful not to bring it back to a boil or it will separate.
So do you just want to shut off the heat and then add the
just
boil?
shut the heat off
and let the
it
heat
sit,
of the pan?
melt the butter into it and stir it in.
All right, so this
it's
is all
nice and
done,
creamy.
right?
That is done. That's ready to go.
All right, so we'll bring that over here. And I'm going to need, what, a couple of scoops?
Yeah, probably 1 really healthy or 2 good scoops would be nice.
All right, 2 good scoops and
right in the center of the plate.
Okay, try not to get a dribble on the edge, right?
And this has our sauce, our vegetables, our starch all in one.
All righty.
That looks good. Let's go back and check our lobster tails, see if they've
absolutely.
caramelized.
Well, do we
just a
need to
little
put
bit.
these on?
Well, here in a second. Let's flip our lobster tails first, and let's make sure they got a little bit of color.
Okay, I'm gonna pick one up and see what it's done.
Perfect, beautiful.
So do I need to set it
Turn
shell?
it over, just turn it over.
Shell side?
Yeah,
Really?
There you go.
And it'll cook through the shell?
It'll cook through the shell.
Huh. Oh, I thought that little leg was moving. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Was that just me? I mean, I wouldn't imagine a lobster tail's moving around. Huh, the back of the pan doesn't seem to be going as hot as the front of the
Now
pan.
you can just rotate the pan around.
Okay. Alrighty.
There you go.
And it's okay that all that stuff's getting black and crunchy
That's
in
good,
there?
because what we're going to do here, 1 second, we're going to hit it out with just a little bit of white wine.
Little piece of shell. I don't think we want that.
We'll take a little bit of white wine, just add in there. It's a bit hot.
Oh, look at that. Hey, can we make fire? Ha-ha! I made fire! Is that good? Was that wrong?
No, that's okay. Now we're going to want to hit it seasoned with a little bit of salt and
You
pepper.
got any more wine? Got any kerosene or gasoline, maybe? I mean, we could really get that thing going. Little salt and pepper?
A little salt and pepper.
All right. I think one of our corn strings fell in there. Okay, was that enough salt or
That's
do I need more?
plenty, yes sir.
Okay, and pepper?
Yep.
Is that good on the pepper?
Beautiful.
All righty. And how long do we let this go?
We're just going to go ahead and want to touch them. Yeah, they're beautiful right there. They're already good. So let's go ahead and shut the heat off.
Okay, yep.
And you can bring them on over.
I can bring them on over, get a little tongue, pull them out.
Yep, we'll go ahead and put the veal on.
Now, where does your lobster come from? Can you buy the stuff that's in the store now? I mean, is the shipping processed so
the
good now
shipping's
that-
so good now that you can get about any kind of products anywhere.
Okay.
So people talks about seasonal items, which there is seasonal items in certain regions, but pretty much now we can get produce from California. We can get seafood from the Northeast, so
Okay.
it makes it real easy.
I'm going to leave just the little leggies and everything on?
Yep, and just go ahead and lay the other one up on top of there.
like that,
Beautiful. And
okay.
then we'll put our veal down in front of them.
Our veal chops, which are more than
Veal
rested at this.
cutlets, yep.
They're
beautiful.
cutlets. And you kind of stack those
Yep,
too, right?
there you go.
And then this guy, and then like that.
That's perfect.
This does
Wipe that right there.
a little salt on the finger there. This does look good. I'm ready to dig in. Let me get my, oops, made a mess right there. Okay, well, if you want to find out more information on our meal here, on our recipe, if you want to find out more information on our wine, our chef, Matt Beard, or the Speedway Club, visit our website at carolinacooking.tv. I'm Tom Zelinka here with Chef Matt Beard, and thank you. Job well
Tom.
done.
Appreciate you having
This
us here.
looks incredible, so let's find out if we've done as good as it looks. That's Carolina cooking. Let me go for this right here. Get myself a little piece of sauce. Now that's good.
Go to carolinacooking.tv for the recipes featured on this show. Plus, on carolinacooking.tv, you'll find more information on the wine, chefs, and foods of Carolina cooking. That's carolinacooking.tv.
Carolina Cooking is filmed on location at the Hadco Viking Showroom at 101 West Worthington Avenue in Charlotte, North Carolina. To find more information or a Viking showroom near you, call 1-800-241-9152 or visit hadco.net.